Hello, hello. So, yeah, you know that my name is Makita. That's one thing you know. And the other thing you know is that I am on a loudspeaker on the internet talking about a narrative network that's also a terrorist network, that's also a repression network, and their name is The Chosen, but they also go by Twin Flame Universe. These people are engaged in hacking, stalking, predating, and sometimes attempted murder. They're also engaged in all types of insurance fraud, and they use their living script as a cover for all types of other crime. So, this is a network of perpetrators all engaged in targeting other people with surveillance abuses, and then they mass produce content off of those surveillance abuses. They target people's identity, so this is often hate crime material, and their job is to isolate and demoralize people. They use the coaching and the training of people like Sam Vaknin and Richard Grannon. So, this is often targeting people with narcissistic abuse, and their content becomes the proxy of that abuse, as well as the affiliates in the network becoming proxies of that abuse themselves. These people are criminals. They're engaged in criminal and terroristic activity. Every time they get online and they further their narrative, that is adding to the crime. It's a living crime, okay? Just like it's a living script. They engage in surveillance abuses every day. There's a number of them that are engaged in this surveillance abuse type to media crime. This is something that they're doing to repress people, to silence people, to hurt, maim, and harm people. All the people that I post are affiliates, perpetrators, or co conspirators of this surveillance abuses based Ponzi. They are engaged in targeting people's identities, ingratiating themselves within those people's networks, and then attempting to sabotage them on all fronts. So this is active measures. Okay, they try to economically sabotage people. They try to remove their support networks, their familial networks. They do this through defamation, slander, through little socially regressive games in the background, honeypots, all the stupid things that you see within that little intelligence report that Snowden leaked about intelligence agents trying to infiltrate the internet and ruin people's lives and careers and whatever. So this is essentially what they are. They're like a makeshift group of people engaged in reconnaissance and targeting, although like it's not really reconnaissance because they all make it up. They just get paid. Like somebody will give them money and they'll just pull it out their ass and make it up. It doesn't have to be real. They just make up shit and then they go with it. So these people engage in like years long crime. I was overtly targeted in 2021 with the surveillance abuses, and they've just continued with that. They exploit my identity, so they've commercialized my identity, which is a crime, by the way. Like, that's a crime. They've also commercialized my son's identity. That's also a crime. Nobody gave you permission for that. They try to use personally identifiable information. So they just try to throw shade, you know, call you ugly, call you this, call you that. Meanwhile, these people are literally trying to engage in crime for money to go get surgery. Like, I'm not even playing on that. These people, the women in this cult, their biggest hope and dream is to get enough money so that they can go have surgery and revamp their face and go get a BBL and then hopefully secure like a rich man, which is what they call high value. They don't think about character at all. Like, they'll pretend while they're copying the character of other women to pretend like they're decent human beings that actually give a fuck about things that are outside of superficiality. But these people are like animals, and I'm not saying that to dehumanize them. I'm saying that because they dehumanize themselves. This is something that they choose to do so that they can target other people and demoralize other people and dehumanize other people. They act from a place of like low base instinctual thinking. And that's mainly so that they don't actually have to acknowledge that they're engaged in criminal and terroristic behavior and that they're essentially POSs. So this is a criminal network engaged in they are engaged in criminalizing other people, but they're engaged in commercializing other people's identities without their consent through surveillance abuses. And they have the assistance of tech bros, Yarvin and all them. This is their project. This is their turning people into biodiesel stupid crap. So we have wealthy people who have funded an underground of criminals, co-conspirators, that they use as proxy so that they don't get in trouble, who are abusing 6G networks in the metaverse, who are in simulation and emulation environments, who are targeting and stealing other people's identities, and then who are engaging in all types of fraud. And this is all happening openly as they monetize their fraud as storylines on all the platforms. And the platforms are aware of this because their community managers are the ones who have set up this narrative network across the platforms. The platforms are working together. Meta works with YouTube, YouTube works with TikTok, TikTok works with X, and they all tell each other that these are the people that are targeted. This is the narrative network. This is going straight across to all your affiliates, and this is where we're going to growth hack and we're going to produce our content by commercializing and stripping this identity that we've inducted into our matrix. A surveillance abuses matrix. Out in the open. This is the 6G environment that Trump was talking about. And they've spent the last 10 or so years targeting people through it. Yep. Like real world targeting like they would do in a Stasi. And people just allow them. They allow them to asset strip others, to kill others, to slander and defame others, to ruin other people's lives. And everybody knows what's going on. They do. As much as they try to ignore it, they know exactly what's going on. They know exactly what these people are doing. And it's dereliction of duty. I'm not sure why you think because there's rich people involved that their lives and their kids' lives are more important than other people's lives. Like, these bums literally just get upset about a comment online and then will target you with the full force of the state covertly. And they're all trying to make it seem as if you're the crazy one, but this network sits here and pretends to be channeling living people, pretends to be talking to multiple spirits, pretends to be hearing a million voices. So they're a bunch of schizos, and yet you're the one who is labeled while you're being stalked by objectifiably mentally ill people. I mean, they're not really mentally ill because they shouldn't be allowed to use that as an excuse as to why they've sat there being terrorists and criminals, which what they will try to do. Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't in my right mind. No, these people are in their right mind. They're just promoting mental illness, propagating mental illness, trying to induce mental illness in others through projecting mental illness, through engaging in mentally ill behavior. Okay, their job is crazy making. That's what they're hired to do. So yeah, this is a terrorist network. This is a repression network, like an official repression network funded, supported by the tech bros, by celebrities, by wealthy people. Often they joke it's Illuminati, so you know exactly who it is. It's the same people that went to prison. But for some reason, they're pretending like aren't a part of this. Diddy, Epstein, Trump and all them. But it's not just Trump. It's not just the right. Like, Diddy is not considered the right, is he? He would generally be considered the left with the rest of them. And especially because these people are racist and anything black is the left. So all types of people engage in targeting others and this asset theft and this intellectual property theft through this matrix, through this surveillance abuses network. It's crime. It's wealthy people committing crimes and then their proxies. Poor people with a dream.